She was just a 24-year-old rookie nurse on a night shift in a U.S. military hospital. Asterisk. One decision saved a dying patient. 10 minutes later, she was fired. No warning. No explanation. Asterisk. But as she stepped outside, 10 black SUVs surrounded her. Because the man she saved wasn't an ordinary patient. He was a U.S. Navy SEAL Admiral. And someone had tried to kill him. Like, share, rate, and subscribe. Tell us where you're watching from. Asterisk now. Let's get started. Emily Carter was only 24. A rookie nurse working the night shift at a military hospital in Virginia, USA. It was her third week on the job, and she still double-checked everything, every chart, every dose, every heartbeat on the monitor. Senior doctors barely looked at her, and patients rarely remembered her name. That night felt routine, until the sharp sound of a code blue shattered the quiet hallway. Room 417. Emily ran, her shoes echoing against the floor, unaware that the patient inside was far more important than the hospital records suggested. Asterisk. Inside the room, chaos was already forming. Doctors surrounded the bed. Nurses rushed equipment in. And 2 men in black suits stood silently near the wall, watching everything. The patient was listed as John Adams, 62, no family present. Emily noticed the guards first, their posture, their eyes, the way they scanned the room instead of the patient. Something felt wrong. Then the heart monitor screamed. The line went flat. For a split second, everyone froze, as if waiting for someone else to act. Asterisk. The lead doctor ordered the defibrillator, but it failed to respond. The backup cart was delayed. Seconds passed, each one stealing life from the man on the bed. Emily's eyes dropped to the foreline, and her stomach tightened. The dosage was far too high. This wasn't a mistake, it was lethal. Her training screamed at her to follow orders, to wait. Instead, she stepped forward, pushed past the doctor, and began CPR with perfect rhythm, ignoring the shocked looks around her. Asterisk. Emily ripped out the foreline and adjusted the medication mid-compression. Her arms burned, her breath shook, but she didn't stop. "This dose'll kill him," she shouted, her voice cutting through the room. No one answered. The men in black exchanged a brief glance. Sweat dripped down her face as she counted compressions, refusing to give up. Then, suddenly, the monitor flickered. A weak pulse appeared. Then, another. The heart began to beat again. Stronger this time. Asterisk. Relief washed over the room. But it didn't reach Emily. Instead of praise, she felt tension tighten around her. 10 minutes later, she was called to administration. No thank you, no questions. Just a cold verdict. Violation of protocol. Fired. Her badge was taken from her hands. Still shaken from what she'd done, Emily walked out of the hospital, believing she had just ended her career without knowing she had just stepped into a far bigger story. The night air felt strangely heavy as Emily stepped outside the hospital doors. Her badge no longer clipped to her uniform. The parking lot lights hummed softly, and for a moment, everything was silent. Then she heard engines. One by one, 10 black SUVs rolled into the driveway, moving in perfect formation. They stopped. At the exact same time, surrounding the entrance, Emily's heart pounded. She wondered if she had made a terrible mistake inside that room, something far worse than breaking protocol. Asterisk. Doors opened almost in sync. Men stepped out, wearing dark tactical suits, their movements calm, controlled, and precise. These weren't hospital security or local police. Their eyes were sharp, their presence overwhelming. Emily felt her legs weaken. She considered running, but there was nowhere to go. One man approached her slowly and spoke in a steady voice, telling her she was not under arrest. That didn't calm her. It confused her even more. Asterisk. From the center SUV, an older man stepped out, supported briefly before straightening himself. Emily recognized him instantly. He was the patient from room 417, the man whose heart had stopped beneath her hands. Now he looked completely different. He wore a formal U.S. Navy uniform, immaculate and commanding. 4 silver stars rested on his shoulders. Every man around him snapped to attention. Emily realized she had just saved someone far more powerful than she could have imagined. Asterisk. The Admiral walked toward her, his expression serious but not unkind. He thanked her for saving his life, then explained that the overdose was no accident. Someone inside the hospital had tried to kill him quietly. The failure of the equipment, the wrong dosage, the fake name, it was all planned. Emily felt sick as she listened. She hadn't just broken protocol. She had stopped an assassination. Asterisk. He told her the firing was intentional, meant to protect her and expose those responsible. Anyone who followed the bad orders was being watched. Anyone who questioned them was being tested. Emily realized she hadn't failed at all. She had passed. The Admiral told her courage like hers was rare and exactly what his team needed. Asterisk. A folder was handed to her, sealed, heavy with meaning, Inside was a federal job offer, security clearance, and protection. Her old life ended that night in the hospital parking lot. As the SUVs drove away, Emily stood alone under the lights, no longer just a rookie nurse, but someone chosen for a mission far bigger than she had ever imagined.